I look at each of you, and I see the marks of this long and terrible war. If we die tonight, mankind dies with us.
What you're doing right now, this is the end of the war.
I'd love to change the world, but I don't know what.
What's up, everybody? This is Lucid. I'm here again with Lucid's Lunacy. I don't really have a opening catchphrase like the Resistance transmissions, but I'll get there eventually.
I'm a horsey!
What I wanted to discuss today was, all of the activists are stating, enact your rights, enact your constitutional freedoms, stand your ground, but I don't ever see any anons or activists putting out their actual, what are your rights? What are your constitutional freedoms? So I kind of got like a broad overlay of what they are. I'm going to kind of read them off to you one by one. Basically, it's pertaining to what your civil liberties are, and then we'll go into the amendments. Civil liberties are about freedom. They determine what you as an individual are free to do and what the government cannot do to infringe upon your freedom. People often use the terms civil rights and civil liberties interchangeably, but they are somewhat different. Rights protect you from unfair treatment under the law. Your individual civil liberties are those inalienable liberties mentioned in the U.S. Constitution. So basically, you have laws that protect you, and then things you will have the right to do. One of those civil liberties are the right to life. Okay? Your right to life is more than a matter of waking up in the morning and breathing. It involves making your own choices about how you're going to live. It means choosing a career that's right for you, not one the government has decided you should pursue. Your right to life lets you choose where you want to live and the freedom to live however you like. You can have children or not have children, or have as many as you like. You can marry or remain single. The right to life is about personal decisions. Okay, so it's not just about waking up and, being allowed to live, because, that would just be retarded in general, that somebody has the right to choose whether you live or die. The right to hold property. Your right to hold property is an extension of your right to life. It doesn't mean the government has an obligation to give you property. It means that you have the right to earn income and then spend it however you want. Once you own something, the government can't, in the normal course of events, take it away from you. Some exceptions exist, such as if you file for bankruptcy or gain the property illegally. So basically, don't steal shit and don't go over debt and have to file bankruptcy, or the government can come in and take your shit. The right to liberty. Liberty literally means freedom. Your constitutional civil liberty to freedom allows you to live your life free of government control. Of course, you have to pay taxes and obey the laws, but the government can't force you to take certain actions against your will in the interests of society at large. It can't tell you that you must vote in a certain way. You have the right to make up your own mind about issues, including those that affect the whole country, not just yourself. So basically, the government can't force you to take certain actions. You have the right to make up your own damn mind of what you want to do. And in me saying that about the votes and stuff, if you don't know, don't vote. It just fucks it up for everybody else. Okay? Hence Obama. The pursuit of happiness. Your right to happiness overlaps your right to life in some respects. It gives you the freedom to pursue choices that give you pleasure, satisfaction, and self-fulfillment as long as you don't break any laws in the process or hurt others. The government can't order you to live in a way that you don't choose. It can't tell you that you must sacrifice your personal happiness for the good of your country. So basically, you don't have to give up your personal life or your personal freedoms or your personal rights for your country, for the good of your country. Basically, your happiness comes before your country, which is kind of crap. In a sense. Basically, the law surrounding civil liberties, the individual right, is complicated, plus the facts of each cases are unique. This article provides a brief general introduction to the topic. For more detailed specific information, contact a civil rights lawyer. Basically, that was your civil liberties. Just, basic broad outline of what you are allowed to do on a daily basis. Make up your own mind, put on, women's lingerie if you want. I don't fucking know. But you can do whatever you want as long as it's not infringing upon the rights of others or the happiness or, it's not injuring somebody. Bill of Rights. This is basically the first 10 amendments of the Bill of Rights. Pretty sure there's more now. I think there's like 14 or 15. But I'm just going to go over the first 10 because they were the first ones enacted in 1791. Of course, the First Amendment, which is freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of press, and the freedom to peacefully assemble and petition your grievances. The Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Of course, that goes without saying. We've been having problems with the Second Amendment rights for quite a few years now. Actually, the last couple of years. Third Amendment, quartering of troops. Now, I don't really understand what this one is, but I'm going to open it up in a separate tab, and I'm going to read it out loud, because I don't know what it is either. Alright. The Third Amendment, quartering soldiers. No soldier shall, in the time of peace, be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in the time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Basically saying that no soldier, while in the time of peace, is going to take up refuge in your house without prior consent. So, alright, I understand that now. The Fourth Amendment, search and seizure. Basically, you have to go through proper channels for the cops to come and search your house or seize any property that you may own or have in your home. I'm going to go a little more in depth on that right now. There's a ton of search and seizure content on here. You just go with the first one. I'm sure it's got a pretty basic outline. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, house, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause supported by oath of affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. So basically, they can't just come into your house saying, hey, we're going to search your whole house for illegal shit. Can't do that. They have to name the specific place that's going to be searched, and they have to name what is specifically going to be searched for. Okay? They can't come in your house and say they're looking for a car and search your fucking cabinets. Okay? It's not a reasonable place that somebody would hide a car in their cabinets. It's just not reasonable. They can't search your cabinets for a car. They can, however, bypass all of the little hiding places and things that they may be looking for, because they can ask to search for a car key. Okay? And if they get the search for a car key, they can look anywhere they want that is a reasonable place to hide a car key. Okay? You can hide a car key up your asshole. Alright? They can search your asshole for that thing. And trust me, they will do it. If they find any, not up your asshole, but anywhere, if they find any illegal contraband while they're searching, that, under pretenses, is game for seizure. Okay? Now, that was the Fourth Amendment. The Fifth Amendment is grand jury, double jeopardy, self-incrimination, and due process. Basically, you have to go through due process before you can be, set a judgment, okay? There has to be a certain process of way things have to go. Double jeopardy, you can't be tried twice for the same crime. In any grand jury sentencing. Any criminal or any what do you call it? Not pedestrian, but any civil suit. You could sue the person again and again and again if you lose, as long as you're paying your fees.
It's only pertaining to criminal.
Right? No, it's not just pertaining to criminal. It's only pertaining to grand that you cannot do double jeopardy. You can try somebody again and again and again civilly for their crimes, but you cannot try them federally for their crimes more than once. And that's something I learned while I was in criminal justice, doing my criminal justice stuff. Self-incrimination, basically you plead the Fifth Amendment. You're not going to be a witness against yourself. Sixth Amendment, criminal prosecutions, jury trial, and right to confront and to counsel. So basically you have the right to see a counselor, a lawyer, somebody who's going to defend you. You have the right to a jury of your peers, and you have the right to confront. I guess that means that you can charge somebody with something if you feel they've wronged you.
Or you have the right to confront the person accusing you of a crime.
Well, yeah. Well, that goes without saying. That's a given. You have that right to know who's charging you with the crime.
I don't know. Some people wouldn't know that.
Well, anyway. Seventh Amendment, it just says common lawsuits and jury trial. I'm going to open it up just to go a little more in depth about it. Alright, civil trials and trial by jury in civil cases. We'll do trial by jury in civil cases because that's probably the more big one. In suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20 and the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Basically stating, you have the right to jury trial if anything in controversy, anything of value in controversy exceeds $20. So you could hold a whole trial over somebody stealing your lunch milk, your lunch money. Anyway, Eighth Amendment, excess bail, fines, cruel and unusual punishment, basically states that you can't. Your bail fines have to be within reason for you to incur your rights to put together your trial. Okay, but they have to be significant enough to be a punishment for your crimes. Cruel and unusual punishment. Basically, you can't stick people on beds and nails anymore. You can't, hang them from crosses and whip them to death. It just doesn't happen anymore. Ninth Amendment, non-enumerated rights. I'm not sure what that is about. Why it stated that. So it's not necessarily what the Ninth Amendment is about. We're going to open it up and I'm going to read it word for word for you. It says, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. I have no idea what the fuck that means. I really go over the Ninth Amendment in my classes. It says, the Ninth Amendment has been mentioned too infrequently in decisions of Supreme Court until it became the subject of some exegesis by several of the justices in Griswold versus Connecticut, there a statute prohibiting use of contraceptives was voided as an infringement of the rights of marital privacy. Oh, okay, so it's just like personal reasons within your marriage or your relationship between you and another person that can't be infringed upon. Your right to privacy, kind of. And to save you some embarrassment, apparently. The 10th Amendment, it says rights reserved to states or people. I'm going to go in a little more in depth than that. Okay, the 10th Amendment says reserved powers. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution nor prohibited by it to the states are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So basically, if there's nothing covered in the Constitution that says you're allowed or not allowed to do something, you're pretty much allowed to do it. You or the state are allowed to do it. Whether it's, like, I know that powers to arrest are, within the Constitution and whatever, but say your rights to detain a dog that's on your property, well, you have the right to detain that dog until the state comes and picks it up and takes it to the pound. So there's really no law against that. If it's a stray dog, you could pick it up, take it home, and love it to death until it dies. Who fucking cares? So basically, that's just a broad outline of what your constitutional rights are, your Bill of Rights, your constitutional freedoms, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I say that all the time in my videos. I know I just did a broad outline of stuff. I'm not going to sit here for 2 days and talk to you about the Constitution. I just wanted to give you some ammo for your game. You know what I'm saying? So take that, use it. Do some more research on it, whatever you want. And until next time, I'm Lucid, and we'll see you next.
I look at each of you, and I see the marks of this long and terrible war. If we die tonight, mankind dies with us.